Welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for your message or massages. Big cat, boy, come in, come on. I've got intel, recon is afoot. Surprise! You thought I wasn't coming to... I was so busy today, darling dears. I had so much reading to do, right? And I had to get prepared for what? For I had to get prepared. You're wondering, what is Case getting prepared for now? Big cat. Yeah, I want to pour on a number of things. But the most important thing that I want to discuss with you today, darling dears, let's get the planetary energies out first, and then we're going to go into it, because you're going to learn something new today, whether you like it or not. You'll be a keyboard gangster by the time this reader's finished, darling dears. Trust and believe. At this current moment in time, darling dears, the planetary energies are, we have a waning crescent moon in Capricorn, darling dears. When it's a waning crescent moon, darling dears, it's the energies telling you to surrender. It's a time for you to recuperate as well as rest, darling dears, as the moon is building up its momentum for what? The new moon, darling dears. The new moon. The waning crescent moon in Capricorn, right? It's about which goals you'd like to get moving, right? It's telling you to sit back and focus on the goals that you want to come to fruition throughout this 2023, right? Discipline, darling dears, that big D. Yes, baby. It's got to be strong. When it's got to be strong, you get no S, darling. You're strong. You've got to be focused, man, on your grand prize. Work on your plans for your long-term goals. And be what? Be at it like a field hand, darling dear, in the hot sun. Yeah. Why do I say that? I told you, I'm getting busy, darling dears, preparing for the Chinese New Year. Yes, I did tell you I was Jamaican, but so what? I can be what I want. I told you I'm a big cat, just like you are, darling dears. We choose... Fist bump. Anyhow, big cat, get prepared for the Chinese New Year on Sunday, the 22nd of January, darling dears. Why? Because I want you to find out what your Chinese zodiac animal is. I'm a goat. I was born in the year of 1967 because the Chinese zodiac runs on a 12-year cycle, darling dears. And each animal, right? So each animal has a chance of being the first, okay? When the Chinese New Year occurs on the 22nd of January, darling dears, it will be the year of the water rabbit. The most fortunate signs, I'm talking about blessing upon blessing upon blessing. The ones that are going to see their hard work paid off in every area of their life. In 2023, in the Chinese New Year, darling dears, in the year of the water rabbit. Am I dragging it out? Well, good, right? Because I've got to do the... Yes, baby, the presentation. The ones that are really going to be killing it in every area will be the rabbit, the goat, and the pig. So you better get yourself even what's that place? What's his name? Astroseek.com. There's many Chinese zodiac calculators, darling dears. Find out what your animal is, darling dear, and then you can find out how the year is going to be. Because let me tell you something. Whomsoever, right, finds himself to be a rooster, right, by birth. Hey, Chinese New Year 2023 blood is going to be fancy, mate. The rooster is the enemy of the water rabbit, darling dear. They're going to be going through all sorts of hockey sticks at dawn. Why am I telling you about this? Because if you're a rooster, you need to prepare yourself, darling dears. Prepare yourself. The goats and the pigs, darling dears, they're going to be, and maybe even possibly the rat, because the rat is the secret friend of the water rabbit, darling dears. They're going to be having a fabulous, gorgeous and lovely time. I myself am a goat. I told you that already. Listen, because you have to remember, well, maybe you didn't know, but the Chinese year runs for about 13 months, darling dears. and the goats have not been having a lovely time. They've been doing a little bit of success over the past maybe 2-3 years, darling dears. But if you've been working and doing your due diligence as a goat, a pig, and a rat, baby, be prepared for incoming. Your due diligence is about to be paid off in full. Now let's get on with the other thing I came here to speak to you about, darling dears. Your spiritual ranking was nothing to be played with, yet they did it anyway. They did. They didn't know where your rank was in the spiritual world. They bent over and busted it wide and told you to come inside, right? Your biggest haters, darling dears, was in your inner circle. You had to learn that they were pushing their insecurities onto you. Why? Because you're a big cat and you was built for this shiznai. You was built to break generational curses, create generational wealth, darling dears. Through subtle things like the things that they said, darling dear, disguised as humor. They tried to take the piss and possibly even the shit out of what you was doing. Do you know how many people laughed at me when I started my YouTube channel? Do you know how many people supported me, right? As a subscriber, as a family member, when I started my YouTube channel? Over 100 people, darling dear. You know how many supported me? 0, zilch, zippo, not one. I didn't care, because the knowledge that I had to impart, darling dears, was for like-minded souls. My whole purpose of starting this YouTube channel was to be the survival kit for another big cat. I can't prevent you going through the skullduggery and being on the rocks of life, but I can be here as a beacon to tell you to let you know that tomorrow the sun will come out. Tomorrow, yes, baby. You can turn that mildew into barbecue, but you have to what? Get your mind right, darling dears. You have to realize there was a pecking order and you wasn't always going to be at the bottom of the list. I realized that the level of intellect and knowledge that I had was not for my birth family, darling dears. Not for any friend that I had around at that time. It wasn't. They couldn't understand it, darling dear. I learned to walk alone, darling dear, become self-sufficient. I left an abusive marriage. Why am I going on about this? Because it's very important. We have new cats coming on board every single day, darling dears. And I want them to know that I feel you, darling dears, but I will not be holding your hand in the bottom of the pit. I will show you the light, but you have to what? It's like me leading a horse to water. You have to drink, darling dears. It's your choice. Anything I tell you, you can find it out. And the reason why I pique your interest and not give you all of the intel is because I want you to what? Find out that she's naive. Because knowledge is power. And power is power. And power is knowledge. No one can take knowledge from you, darling dears. If you choose not to learn, no one can stop you. If you choose to learn, no one can stop you, big cat. Remember I told you that? Yes, baby. So going back to the Chinese New Year. Go and find what your zodiac animal is, darling dears. Because you'll be able to, I'm telling you, if you're a rooster, why? You're going to have to break it down to a day by day. You know, there's ways to do that, and I can help you if you want to hit me up in the Gmail. But of course, if you want me to do it, you're going to have to pay me, blood. I can't do that for free. It's a lot of work, a lot of time, and it's a lot of energies. But anyway, it is what it is. Let me bring up the thing before the screen goes off. What's the matter with this? Listen, thank God we ought to Mercury retrograde. Well, we're still in the post-shadow of Mercury retrograde for the next 2 weeks, darling dears. However, where we was getting it without the Vaseline, where we was thinking about the past, we was thinking about the opportunities, not the opportunities, the opportunists, the hoodwinkers, darling dears, the way they tried to give it to us, sock it to us, Scotty. They did try. They did. But your spiritual ranking, darling dears, all the gifts that you was meant to have on this Malkuth, you are about to be blessed with them. Why? You did the due diligence. You learned to walk alone. You became self-sufficient. You put the Most High, Father God, Mother Isis at the head of your table. You did not seek revenge. You didn't. And every single one of them that wronged you, darling dears, those that try to keep you as a thumber, make you feel like less than, darling dears, they can't even look you in your eye now, because Shema kill out them quacky. But they ain't seen nothing yet, because the Chinese New Year is about to show you how far you're going to be able to bend the matrix, darling dears. I'll be wearing red on Sunday. I'm even going to put on my eyelashes on my eye. I'm going to dust it with pepper dust my eyelids, right, with the high shadow. And I'm going to put on a red lip, because I told you, when a woman puts on a red lip, she means business, blood. Business. So we're going to dive in today, darling dears, and speak about your spiritual ranking, and how they underestimated you, and what the outcome's going to be. All of this and that, darling dears. Let's get a rune stone. Can I bring up the thing now? Just a second, darling dears, so I can bring up the comments, so I can see who is here and what go on. Hold on a minute. Just give me a second, darling dears. Now it's saying, okay, then I see it now. Yes. I've got the comments. Let me just move this over so I can see who's first in the chat. Alexis Holmes, Fist Bop, Slim Jim, Big Cat Wave, Angelic Alchemist Mother. I see you, darling dear. Oracle 7100. I haven't forgotten about the cards, darling dears. I've been so busy. I told you I'm getting ready for the Chinese New Year. And listen, I'm Chinese, yeah? Don't tell anyone. But bestie, I know you won't tell anyone. I'm a Chinese Jamaican Brit. Yeah. Oh, jumped right out, darling dears. You have what? What's this? Gebo. Look. Can you see it? You have Gebo in the upright, darling. Is this Gebo? It looks like Nafaz. Hold on a minute. Now I'm even questioning my runes. Just a second, darling. Yes, I don't want to be wrong and call the wrong thing. Let me just see. It looks like Nafaz, but it also looked like Gebo when I picked it up. No, this is Nafaz, darling dears. Strength card in the upright. Look. Look how close it is to Gebo. Easily confused, but not me, darling dear. I know what's going on. Let's carry on with the read, darling dears. We've got the Strength card in the upright. The Strength card is also a highly spiritual card, darling dears. Big Cat Leo energy. It speaks about what? Not getting involved with things that are below your spiritual pay grade. Not being tempted off your flip-flop of common sense, darling dears. It also speaks about compassion. Some of you need to give yourself more compassion, darling dears. Because why? You resisted temptation. I told you, you did not, right? Seek revenge. It's also saying that many of you are being more flamboyant. Why not, darling dear? Why not? Be the baddest you can be. Put out what you want to put out there, darling dears. Be yourself. Everyone is taken. Nothing like a bit of authenticity, right? To get you straight in your cranium. Be you, darling dears. The Strength card of Nafaz, represented by the letter N and the numbers 32, 33, 34, and 35. It also speaks about what? The endurance that you put into surviving, darling dears. You have gone from survivor to thriver. It also speaks about you continuing with what? Patience with yourself, darling dears. You're not meant to what? Know how to bend the matrix today if you didn't know yesterday, darling dears. It's about you continuing to do the shadow work on thyself on a daily basis. Big Cat Leo energy. The enemy of the sun is what? Libra. Something's going on with the Libra energy today, darling dears. They're having a bit of an issue. Right, let's press on at a hot trot. Let's get your ancestral message out. We're going to use the gods and goddesses. you. What did I say? Shaman. Trust in a higher force. I told you, Big Cat. They underestimated your gangster. They didn't know what spiritual ranking was, but yet their ass is being kicked on a regular basis by your ancestral team, doing the work for you, darling dears. Hold on a minute, I'm just looking at these runes. There's a lot of protection on this particular card, darling dears. A lot of protection energy. Runes combined, darling dears. Again, Divine wants you to trust in a higher force, darling dears. Pay attention to your higher mind. It's also time for you to what? Isolate yourself as we what? Step towards the Chinese New Year. It's significant, darling dears. Look at this. This is like an old grandfather. Your space is being held for you, darling dears. Space was held for you because your spiritual ranking. You may think, but I'm just a regular. No, babe. You're not a regular person. Your purpose on this Malkuth was to bend the matrix, darling dears. But you had to realize whom you were. Get yourself out of these dysfunctional paradigms, darling dears. Get yourself into the position where you've what? Done the shadow work. Realize that everything was done for you, not to you. Those cuts to the white meat, darling dears, was for you to wake up. Because the space that you truly deserve on this Malkuth was being held for you. Remember, Father God Most High will make room for your gifts. Seen a lot of green here. Green is represented by the heart chakra, darling dears. The heart chakra is also represented by Archangel Gabriel. Call him at any time. And the green represents what? Thursday, darling dears. Thursday is what? Jupiter Thursday. And guess what today is? I know, Jupiter Thursday. So it's about expansion, darling dears. Also about today, darling dears, it's about higher education. Some of you need to get into your books, darling dears. I told you, go and find out your Chinese zodiac sign, darling dears. What animal are you? You need to listen. When you're on your healing journey, you have to get knowledge from all sorts of places, not just one source, darling dears. And as you tap into one energy, more things will be revealed. This is a time for you to what? Own your gangster. This is a time for spiritual ascension. We've got release the old and rest, darling dears. That's exactly what we're doing today. If you've been feeling tired or lagging behind, it's because of the waning crescent moon in Capricorn. It's a chance for you to rest and recuperate, surrender to the process, but it's not a chance for you to what? Sit back. Who's that? Angelique Alkin. You're a proud girl. You're about to be blessed in so many ways. Let me tell you something. Yeah. Ha ha ha. Because I'm telling you, we was getting it without the Vaseline for a time, darling dears. Because we wasn't waking up to whom we truly are. Right? Divine wants you to release the old, darling dears. And rest. You have to remember, when you've got the past on rinse and repeat, it's zapping your energy. Another thing to what? Claim your energy back from a situation and also interrupt ruminating thoughts is to cross your fingers. I know you're thinking about how. Do it. When you start getting deep and it feels like you're going to go down that rabbit hole of drudgery, the past, right? The distant past, right? Cross your fingers. And then call your ancestral team to cover you. And I'm telling you, your energy will change. I can feel you crossing your fingers now. There's nothing wrong. Look, stop it. You don't need to do it right now. I said do it when you're going through it. Listen. Hey. What's going on, big cat? We've also got the autumn months, darling dears. Okay. Okay. The autumn months. The autumn months is represented by water energy, cups energy. Okay, so something significant, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, is going to occur in the autumn months, darling dears. Sun, moon, or rising. Base of your deck. The oracle. Many of you are tarot readers, darling dears. Maybe you've decided to start your business, whatever the situation is. And in some cases, In Jamaica, we'd call it a goat mouth. Many things you said, darling dears, is coming to fruition. Yes, baby, things are being revealed. Things that you said to someone in the past, possibly the one that cut you, gave you the deepest cut to the white meat, darling dears. You're going to about to see all these things manifest. This is also about you waiting for important information. Maybe somebody's waiting on a contract. Maybe somebody's waiting for a green light. Well, guess what? Here it be, darling dears. Her head is covered in the root chakra, darling dears. The root chakra is what? Stability, security, and it's also about manifestation mode, darling dears. Many of you are being guided to what? Understand your thoughts. This is why it's on her head. Your thoughts is what manifests your reality. And if you're going to be thinking about the past, guess what you're going to get? Hockey sticks of doom, darling. They're a big dose of depression. And more often than not, you'll call that bottom feeder back into your life to do more wickedness, right? You already told the maid to take the basura, right? Matter of fact, they're not even a maid. They're a raccoon, because raccoons like to roll around in trash, innit? Dig through the dustbin. We're not involving ourselves with the raccoons and what they did. Base of your deck, darling dears. What did I say? This is the Three of Wands, darling dears. Partnerships. Your ships coming in, darling dears. A new beginning. This is about your long-term plans. If somebody had a goal, some kind of dream, but you have had to have been putting your back into it, darling dears, because faith without works is dodo dead. James 2:14. A new partnership for you, darling dears. It could be a partnership with someone across the water. You have to remember, everything is on the internet. Everything is on the internet. Let's give it a good shufti, darling dears. I've got all of the cards in the upright for now. If it's meant to be spun over, Divine will turn that card over, blood. If it's meant to be reversed. Right, where is the big cat right now? As they listen, this is outrageous. The cards are having a laugh. Look, all of the cards fell off for this one to be seen. You're in transformation mode. This is Big Cat Scorpio energy, and we're kicking off the read with a major arcana, darling dears. This is the what? From death to rebirth. After possibly a painful breakup, some kind of painful ending, something that was a life-changing event in your life. It could have been what? A divorce. It could have been a move, darling dear. It could have been what? Substitution bowl swanky. Being stabbed by a back, front, neck tabber, darling dears. A little finger in your midst. Whatever it is, it triggered this transformation in your life. Look at that lovely green again. Pay attention, darling dears. Your heart chakra is healing. But Divine doesn't want you to what? Be holding on to it. Because whatever you're seeking is seeking you. And if you are seeking what? Love from another, darling dears, you have to be the love. Be that compassion to yourself. But you have to what? Don't be nobody's fool. I told you, we interview everyone. I don't care who it is and whose hand they're coming up. They could be holding Jesus' hand. How do I know that he hasn't drugged Jesus before they come to me? Listen, pay attention to what's going on. This is also what? It looks like a butterfly. Many of you have been hermits. For some time, darling dears, you're about to be what? Coming out of your cocoon. You're a butterfly. Butterflies are about transformations and new beginnings. Let's consider a bit more. It also speaks about a physical change. Somebody's had a physical change. It could be a new hairstyle. But when the light bulb goes off in your cranium, darling dears, you stand differently. The aura that goes out around you, darling dears, your energy is different. The transformation card also speaks about the phoenix. From the ashes, baby, a new chapter is about to be gifted unto thee. You've inherited some skills, darling dears, from your ancestral team. They had to hold them back. Why? You didn't understand your spiritual ranking. That's why they wasn't allowed to play with you, darling dears, until they couldn't. What was going on in the past? Past energy for the big cat. Thank you. This is moving from one situation to the other. Look, nothing but major arcanas coming out. Your hands are being what? held by your ancestors. You're being divinely guided, darling dears. Whenever you see major arcana come straight out, darling dears, you are being divinely guided. Remember, 2023 is a 7, a highly spiritual number, darling dears. It's also about analyzing things, and new understandings are coming to you. New understandings came to you in the past. This gave you wisdom as well as knowledge. And it also what? Activated you to be more introspective. You had to go within, darling dears. This is represented by the Chariot. Okay, Chariot, Cancer energy. Your inner warrior was activated in the past, darling dears. It also speaks about, for some of you, it was on a trip. You was on a trip with somebody who was skullduggerous, straight from the crevice of the devil's balls, darling dears. They were as a trip and a journey, but now they're missing. Nobody call the police. This does not need to be an open case. It's also about divine wanting you to know that it's been understood that you was trusting the process. You didn't know where your steps was going to take you, but you understood. You couldn't stay there. You had to get out of that situation. But this is about movement. You removed yourself from a situation, which is gifting you with what? The transformation, darling dears. This is law number, 25 of the 48 laws of power. The rebirth of you, darling dear. The rise of the big cat as your big cat chronicles continues. This is about, the 7 is about in the past, moving away from law 10 of the 48 laws of power, the unlucky and the unhappy blood. Yeah. In many situations, you had to what? Do law number 21. You had to act like a sucker, darling dears. You had to hide your intelligence. Let them think they was the smartest person in the room. How now, brown cow? I gotta laugh. How now, brown cow? Never you ever make anyone in your immediate hemisphere make you feel like you ain't got it in the cranium, darling dear. Your knowledge is not for them. Your knowledge, your understanding, and your ascension is not for them, darling dears. They played with your spiritual ranking. They took your kindness for weakness. You had nothing but little finger, the devil's most diligent workers to overcome, darling dears. You had to overcome what they put in their minds. You had to say, skeet, skeet. Feet don't fail me now. You had to learn the tinky winky. Base of the deck. What did I say? In the past, you overcame many challenges and obstacles. But in the overcoming of the challenges and obstacles, you had to learn to walk alone. The energy of the 5, darling dears, is the Hierophant. This is the 5 of Wands, darling dears. This is a lot of conflict, a lot of fighting, maybe even physical abuse. But it's also a lot of confusion. You had to what? You had to pull yourself out of the confusion. But you always had help. When you chose to call on the Most High to help you, you didn't know what to do next. I did that, darling dears, in 2019 when I thought I was going to go mad. I was going for it. I was in the thick of the DNS. Listen, I had to look over my shoulder, blood. Because listen, I'm the red light, green light champion. And it not catching me again, blood. Listen, it's affecting the corners of my eyes just thinking about it. I told you, I begged God to help me. Because I still had to what? Make 3 meals a day, right? Keep the house clean, pick up the children, go to work, right? And I had to be friendly to them. Because you got to be friendly to your progeny, darling dear. You got to be friendly. And at that time, because I was self-medicating. That relationship had me self-medicating. I was drinking like a sailor, darling dears. And on the 19th of, I believe it was the 19th of March, 2019, I told you this story many times. I got up at 6:30 in the morning, went downstairs to get my rare nephew rum out of the fridge. I liked it chilled. I poured it into the glass, and I poured my Pepsi onto it, and I even took the time to cut the lemon and float that bitch. Yeah. And as I put the glass to my mouth, I heard a voice say to me, you don't need to do this to yourself anymore. And it changed everything, darling dears. It changed everything. I believe it was the next week I went through the tarot cards that I had at that time, and one card was missing, but that card was never missing. And it didn't occur to me to, oh, well, it's missing, give up. No, I kept buying more cards, different cards, right? I started to learn the cards because I'd already been working on the cards for over 20. I've always had cards. But when you have the wrong energies around you and you're listening to them saying, oh, you shouldn't be doing that, it's the devil's work, but yet you were sitting next to the devil's most diligent worker. When I started my YouTube channel, it didn't occur to me that I would fail. I didn't even care if it was only one person that came through, one person that I can actually come through with the messages. I used all of my tools in my armory. I used my humor. I used my knowledge. I used my experiences. I did everything except bend over and bust it. Why? Because there I said to myself, if I can save, because back then I used to call you my solution, if I could save one cat, then I knew that I was doing my role, living my purpose. So yeah, you had a lot of F shit to go overcome, darling dears. You did. The energy of the Chariot also speaks about in the past, many of you, when you left the situation, this controversial situation, yeah, with the dummy bats, when you left the situation, many of you was thinking, oh, I just want to meet a new partner. Well, guess what? Divine said, no, stay by yourself. Yeah, pay your knees, blood. Yeah, you had to pay your knees. But that day, I'm telling you, it liberated me in a way that I can't drink alcohol like that. I can't. I'd stopped drinking for a whole 9 months. 9 is the energy of the hermit. And if I do take an alcoholic drink, it'll probably be a Magnum once every so often. I have to be careful not to drink the whole of it because I feel drunk, blood. And I don't like that feeling of being out of control. Never be ashamed of anything you went through or anything that you did to overcome. From you didn't harm none, darling dears. From you didn't seek revenge. From you didn't cast any spell over anyone. From you got great and got down and became the ibex of your lineage, darling dears. This is why you are getting the victory robe from your ancestral team, darling dear. Action for you to take at this moment in time. Big cat. Whatever you did, victory and success. This is the 6 of Wands. This is blessings, darling dears. You're going to be blessed for whatever actions you've been taking up to this point. Because your spiritual ranking, you decided to put on that. You slipped into something a little bit more comfortable, darling dear. Your spirituality. And you are about to be blessed. The actions that you took, darling dear, is giving blessings into your life. You're going to be blessed in their face. The ones that played with you. Like it was a pastime. Something to do. STD. Something to do. I'm still going to clarify the cards, but let's just get them all out first. What time is it? We're already at the 33. Good God. Is there anything negative in the path of the big cat at this moment in time? Look at all of these ancestors that come out to show out for you, darling dears. You've got a lot of masculine energy that's protecting you. No, mate. There's nothing that you can't overcome. 8 of Pentacles in the up. Well, then again, everything's in the upright because I didn't turn anything over. But it's the 8 of Pentacles. This is success, darling dears. This is promotion. This is attainment. Whatever you've been doing, darling dears, no weapon formed against you is going to prosper. But you have to continue to keep your mind right. Continue to protect your energies. Continue to know your worth and add tax. We're still going to speak about this in a minute, but we're going to keep pushing on. How you're currently being seen by the bottom feeders that can't effing come back. They're trapped in their tiny minds about you, black. Okay, good. Stay there. Oh, look. I said unless the card chooses to go over heart chakra on its face, darling dears, these were people that were untrustworthy. When you see the heart chakra in the upright, it means trust, darling dears. Someone is also really unforgiving about you at this moment. They don't forgive you, darling dears, because you chose you. You chose to leave a situation. Somebody's all in their head. All they can do is think about you. Baby, direct yourself to what? Some obsidian crystal, a spiritual bath. Venus Friday will be upon us tomorrow, darling dears. Jettison into a spiritual bath. Put your crystals in there. Call out your Psalms 91, Psalms 121, Psalms 51, and then double down with Proverbs 31:10, blood. Their mind is on you, that tiny, evil, wicked mind. They are trapped in their cranium thinking about you. This is someone that doesn't forgive you and would seek revenge any chance they get. This is Swords energy, darling dears. Swords is about their communication, verbal. It's also about a lying liar, somebody who never showed you in your face the trueness within their heart. The trueness in their heart was wicked. It was what? Black-hearted and mean. They're not having a lovely time. Well, guess what? Law number 10 of the 48 laws of power, big cat. That means what? Avoid the unlucky and the unhappy. Avoid, darling dears. You don't know these people, and we don't go backwards. We don't time travel. They didn't understand your spiritual ranking. Oh, well. Wisdom is for the wise. They always came to you with what? Deceit, darling dears. Empty words. Ephesians 5:6. How is your money looking? You're going to be making new contracts, darling dears, as well as new contacts. Three of Wands. As I said, your ships will be coming in. Some of you will be what? For traveling afar, or your intel will be traveling far. It could be via the internet, darling dears. It's like you've changed up many things. The way you do things, darling dears. The rebirth and the rise of you. What does the big cat need to be aware of? Thank you. You have the Sun card, darling. There's someone draining your energy. Fake people being drawn to your light at this moment in time. You have to be aware of that as you continue to what? Stand up to be the whom you're meant to be on this Malkuth. As you live your purpose. Be prepared for incoming drainage, darling dears. Not everybody can come with you, and many people will be attracted to you because of your mind and what you are actually bringing in. Because you got victory and success, darling dear. The money game is about to change in a big way. But you have to continue to be what? Focused, darling dears. Use the energy of the waning crescent moon in Capricorn. Be disciplined and work on your long-term what? Plans for your goals, for your dreams, darling dears. Right, let's clarify these cards. Now we're going to mix up the deck and see what really I want. Going to use my original Rider-Waite deck. We've got the Sun card, the happiest card in tarot, darling dears. 2 times 2 different decks. The energy of the 2 is the High Priestess. This is about some kind of inner enlightenment is going to come to you, darling dears, over the next 24 hours, because I read on a daily basis. So something significant. Shh. Sometimes I have to stop myself, you know. Right. Clarifying your transformation. You broke generational curses, darling dears. You're about to be gifted with true loyalty. Remember I told you that. True loyalty. Calling in your true soul family, darling dears. 10 of Peas in the upright. It's also a reminder, darling dears, that your due diligence will pay off big time, darling dears. Remember, the stone that the builder refused, darling dears, will be the cornerstone of the foundation of everything. Don't you feel rejected by those that didn't understand your worth, darling dears. They played with your spiritual ranking. They didn't understand that you was the light bearer. You was meant to what? Raise their vibration. They was meant to listen to your words and follow behind you. But what did they do? What did they do? They wasn't caught for everything they did, darling dears, but they are surely paying for it. Because Father God sits high and looks low. The Ten of Pentacles also speaks about a more stable situation coming towards you, darling dears. One that is going to be calm and safe. Maybe it's the buying of a new home, darling dears, or security in your home, but it's about you having whatever you need to do whatever you want. Your cup runneth over, darling dears. You know this is my multiple streams of income, right? This is also about your emotional happiness. You're not being pulled about like taffy. I told you, if you're thinking about the past, you will find depression. If you are focused too much on the future, you will find anxiety, darling dears. Keep your mind in the present. Look at what you have achieved so far, darling dears. Look at what you overcame with this transformation. Understand you're being blessed for breaking those generational curses. The masculine side of your ancestors are coming through today, darling dears. For some of you, the blessing in your life, the biggest blessing in life is going to be your progeny, darling dears. They're going to do things that you never did, darling dear. They're being what? Gifted. They're being touched with victory and success. This is why you've got to be friendly to them, darling dear. You don't want them to turn into that woman in Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Bear, you don't want them kicking your ass when you can't defend yourself. Didn't be mean to the progeny, yeah? Oh, what's this that fell on your sunlight? Yeah. Somebody can't get over you walking away. They didn't think that you would have the emotional strength to stand up. This goes to 9 of Cups, darling dears. Now they see you as their wish fulfillment. They would love to be around you, but they played with your spiritual ranking. Cheating, lying, doing all sorts of what-if shit. A difficult situation to come from, one which was dramatic, possibly even traumatic, darling dear. Someone that was around you knew, they saw the light in you, darling dears, and they tried to kill it. They did all sorts, darling dears, to take you off your gangster. Played in your life. These partnerships and alliances. Yes, baby. Clarify this. Whoa. Well, the cards want to still speak about this sun card. Listen, there is going to be no conflict and confusion. What's coming towards you, darling dears, you will understand 100% that it is a gift from your ancestral team for your spiritual ranking, for the fact that you stood up and you stood within it, darling dears. That you stood and realized that man was always going to fail you. You had to raise your eyes to the hills. Psalms 121. From whence will your help come? Your help come from the Most High. No more fighting for you, darling dears. No more arguing. I told you we don't have the throat chakra to tongue wrestle with a chicken head. Let's see where this next card wants to fall. All the way over here. But it's right next to the partnerships and alliances. Some of you are going to have to make a major decision. Can you see me still? Did it go blank? It's because it touched the mouse. It took the screen out. Some of you are going to be making a major decision within the next 48 hours, darling dears. It could be a contract. It could also be inviting a new person, a new friend probably into your life. But you're going to get some kind of contact. Swords also represents online, darling dears. You don't know this person or these people. I sound like that woman, innit? In The Color Purple, when she wanted Sophia to take her home after she ain't seen her family for donkey's years. I don't know these people. Take me home. You don't know this person or people that's coming towards you, darling dears. This is not someone from the past. This is someone that is being gifted to you because you overcame a lot of trauma. Trauma that was meant to take you out, darling dear. Trauma that was meant to have you looking like Quasimodo's best in them streets, barking at passing cars as you listen to what the T-Rex arms with the Tripitaka ways said. Listen to what they said. But when Father God tells you to be still, no fighting. When Father God tells you to what? Sit down within yourself, darling dears. It's not the blindfold. It's not the blindfold of what? Not wanting to see what's going on, darling dears. You had to become Easter Island and Stevie Wonder in order to what? Be gifted with these new contacts and new contracts. You had to get back into your own energy, realize your worth, and add tax. Oh, I love it. I love this read. I'm going to read it, watch it back for my own self. What about this one that's all in their cranium? What's the matter with them? They're going mad. Or they really are mad. Anybody that gambles and loses a big cat, that messed with a big cat's spiritual ranking, that did you dirty. Not even dirty, dirty. It's got a U in it, dirty. What about them that did you dirty? Yeah. They're watching you go from strength to strength. Now they see you've got your words are carrying spiritual weight. Temperance card. It was all about being patient, darling dear. It did take some time, Wheel of Fortune, but again, you get the 9 of Cups. Wish fulfillment. Happiness, darling dear, on every level. But you have to remember, happiness is an inside job. You are the only one that can make you happy. It doesn't matter what divine gifts you on this Malkuth. It's just material things. You have to be the one that makes yourself happy. Find your thing. You have what? Spiritual strength. Yes, you was the wounded warrior, but again, you are also an earth angel. And your path was meant to be difficult, darling dears. Why? Because you felt that you needed those people. You didn't need no one. All you needed was yourself and the Most High, darling dears. Trust with faith the size of a mustard seed. It also speaks about what? This person, foreign people, foreign places. Maybe they don't live in the same area as you, or they are a foreigner, darling dears. It's for them to watch you win. They're going to watch, darling dears. They're going to wish. They're going to try and draw on your energy to bring you back to Guantanamo Bay. They want you in that mud hut right next to them suffering. And if you allow them to have a nanosecond in your life, you will tell the universe that you don't want the blessings. You will tell the universe that you don't give two good golly and goshes about your spiritual ranking. You will tell the universe that I want to share in their karma. The same ones that treated you like you was nothing. Didn't respect your emotions, didn't respect your time, darling dears. They're going to watch you win. Remember I told you that. Because nothing like a hater to pay close attention to you, darling dear. They possibly know every time when you go to the toilet. Why? Because they're launching the hillbilly investigations. They've got to watch, darling dears, because their eyes have been opened as their mouth has been shut. This is why they sit down all the time holding their cranium, because they can't believe they allowed a big cat to slip through their fingers. They are trapped in their what tiny cesspit of a mind, with unforgiveness and revenge in their heart, darling dears. Tell them to keep it up, because your ancestral team like to wake them up at the 3 a.m. Go to your social media, bottom feeder. We've got so much more to show you. And if you fall asleep, we're going to put it in a dream. How about that? No rest for the wicked. Isaiah 42. They can be as much. Look, what did I say? The head honcho of the bottom feeders, darling, is the narc from the what? What are they? Low-hanging fruit? What do I call them? Good-looking alfalfas? Yes, baby. All of this and that. Someone who had status in your life, or someone's, darling, this. It could have been a husband, it could have been a mother, it could have been a friend, whomsoever cut you to the white meat. But in saying that, there's a lot of people out here. Your heart could have been broken by many that took your kindness and your attention for weakness. When people don't understand, kindness and attention is a rare commodity, darling dears. A rare commodity on this Malkuth. Somebody that really cares and gives you their time. But you gave these people, this person, chance after chance after chance. And what did they do? Back, front, neck, tabbers. They must watch you. Oh, there's 2 of them. Maybe they're in a partnership, darling dear. These 2 must stay together. This is a Jezebel spirit, right? And a bottom feeder, right? And look to see where their eyes are, okay? If I was to lay these cards down, their eyes are looking this way. Whenever the eyes are looking to the left, these purple, something about the color purple, darling. We was just talking about the color purple. What is it about the purple? Purple is about nobility, it's about dignity, and it's about your creativity and wisdom, and it's also about luxury. Some luxury is about to be afforded onto you, darling dears. Anyway, I interrupted myself. It was a Freudian slip meant to come out. These people are looking to the left. They're still stuck in the past. Broke, darling dear. Medical issues. The Pentacles is online. Maybe so they're spying on you. They're doing it like a tag team, and they have to keep that shit to themselves. A toxic cesspit, darling dears. People that you held in higher accord in your life. You gave them ranking, darling dears. Because you didn't know your worth. You didn't. Nothing wrong with that, darling dears. You didn't know it until you did. They can't take, right? Look, toxic, lying, spying. This is why Divine said you had to go out alone, be by yourself, stand alone. There was so much betrayal. The Hermit speaks about the betrayal, the lies, the fucking knees black, the hairline taking stuff. They was rapid with it. This is also what? Spiritual protection, but it's divine intervention, darling dears. This is about shining a light onto the past. You need to understand everything you went through. You had to go for it, big cat, because you was refusing to wake up. I told you, don't trust in man. Man will fail you. Especially when they are what? Jelly bo-gelly, darling dears. Jelly bo-gelly of your light, the light that you didn't even see within your own self until you did. Let's see where this next card falls. Oh, it's not going to fall. It just wants to come out. Ace of Wands in the reverse, darling dears. Somebody's not motivated. They're not focused, darling dears. Why are they not being focused? Let's go over here. Why is somebody not being focused? Look! Oi! Oi! Who is it? Which one of you is it? Come on, tell me who it is. Who's still focusing on this past person? Who is it? Stop it! You're taking over the reading. It's not funny. Whosoever's focusing on the past, let it go. The Six of Cups still shows opportunities are there for you. Let the past go. Whatever they did, forgive them, darling dears. Don't listen. I tell you this all of the time. Forgive them, but remember the bastardo's name. Forgive them. Somebody's even upset because of how this past people have treated their progeny. Good. Let them show their face and their hands so they can stay where they are. Because they are watching you, darling dears. They are watching you. Divine has gifted you with this opportunity to stand in your power. Giving you a second chance. None of us know when we're going to take our last breath. I might finish this reading and keel over dodo dead blood. I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to tell you, when I go and meet the Most High and he goes like this to me with my paperwork, I'll be saying, what's going on? Because I've got my own paperwork. Because I ain't coming back, blood. Can you sign the receipt? Sign that shit. I've done what I could on this Malkuth. Whomsoever has got the nostalgias. And this card also speaks about somebody looking at pictures. Let me tell you something, right? When I left certain circumstances and situations, and I said, I'm not going back, not for all the tea in China. It took me about 3 hours to go through my iPhone, go through the cloud, and delete that shit. Delete all that shit. I don't want none of them. I didn't want to buck up on their pictures by mistake. Because if I see the picture, right, it's going to make my heart go boom diddy boom, right? And if my heart goes boom diddy boom, right, then my mind, the conscious mind will take over. And we can't have that, darling dear, because it will take me down that dark path, yeah? Where fucking these lies. Whomsoever is still stuck on the past, change your mind. I told you, interrupt that energy and call your ancestors to wrap you in their wings. Stop it, because you're taking over the reading. And it's not fabulous, gorgeous, or lovely. Stop it. You're draining your own energy, your own motivation. I told you, the waning crescent moon is making us feel tired and slow already today, baby. It's time for you to what? Focus on your long-term goals. Use that energy, that lackluster energy, right, to get your gangster on. Leave the past where it is. There's nothing new to learn there. Allow it, yeah? Because we're trying to be positive today. Positive. Let's get another card. See what else is. Allow the past, yeah? Look, I was about to say, on the victory and success, you've got offers coming towards you, darling dears. In something, look, on the Six of Wands, you get the Six of Wands, 2 different decks. What's the likelihood of that? 78 cards in a tarot deck, darling dears. We've also got the Page of Cups normally. Normally, you know me, darling dears, the page is usually skullduggerous, right? But because it's going on these 2 cards of victory, you have opportunities and offers coming towards you. It's that fledgling stage, but it's also a reminder that if you don't have your mind and your energy right, you are the one that's going to block that blessing that is being gifted to you at this moment in time. Something major. Could be to do with your emotions, darling dears. Getting your mind right, whatever it is. Everybody's paradigm is different. If you want to know what it is, hit me up in the Gmail and I will give you a personal read. This is a general read, darling dears. Yeah. The Page of Cups, as I said, it speaks about an offer or even somebody wanting to offer an apology because you are successful. They didn't understand your ranking. You've been blessed so many times and they can't understand it. It's not for them to understand. Somebody's got to clap better than you. When we see the Page of Cups, it also speaks about, any page speaks about sibling energy. I already said something about a progeny. Maybe it's, listen, I'm thinking it's your child, but it's saying sibling energy. You've got a brother or a sister that is watching you win, darling dears. And I'm getting up there. These bastardos, I mean, your siblings won. This man. Don't hold it against me. It slipped out. I didn't mean, yes, I did. I meant that shit. What I want? What the siblings want? Right? Oh. You've got a spellcaster at your back, darling dear. They want you to fail. They see you happy. Yes, baby. Look. This is the offer of apology they want to give you, right? When Divine has gifted you with this, the big cup of multiple streams of income, right? Your mind is right. You're in a calmer space. If you've got progeny, you are taking care of them. You're a true role model, right? You know your worth. You've added tax. And here you are with your siblings trying to cast bad juju at you. Let that bad juju stay with you. It's a sibling. It's a sibling. Where's the deck gone? Couldn't even find the deck then. It was so missing, right? They don't wish well for you, darling dears. Why don't they wish well for you? Because they thought you'd come back and be abused again. They thought you still wanted that rusty cup of opium and cognitive dissonance, right? And because you had the last word, you probably, listen, I told you what I had to do with a sibling, right? I had to roll up on her, mate. It took nearly an hour to drive. I was driving in my car like this. You know when you're mad and you're driving, right? Because it pissed me off. It really pissed me off, right? I was driving, right? I was so mad, but I had to drive slowly. And you know when you're mad and you're driving slowly and you're shouting at the same time, but you don't want to drive off the road because you got to go back for your progeny, right? I was driving like this and I rolled up on her, right? There was 7 of them in her house, right? And just me one. I had to put her in a place. Let her realize that you was never no big sister to me. Your life is fuckeries. You're in a dysfunctional, abusive relationship, right? Your children fight you. All of them are abusive, right? And you dare try and cast aspersion on me. I had to go and look them in the eye chakra. I think you may have seen that reading. When I got back, my blood pressure was beating at 152. The heart was just whoosh, whoosh. I was so mad. And I got the last word. You had the last word in a situation, darling dear. Yeah, because they perpetrate a lot of injustices. Listen, the cards don't lie, big cat. People lie. And this person or people did not understand the assignment. They played with your spiritual ranking, and you said something to them with your goat mouth. In Jamaica, we call the goat mouth somebody who is an oracle. You said something in particular, and it's manifesting, darling dears. You got the last word, and they're wishing badness on you, darling dear. What's that? Whatever they wish for you, darling dear, is being returned to them with a quickness. So they best take their evil mind and their evil words off of you. But we're not going to tell them nothing, right? Because we lead with a strong Easter Island and Stevie Wonder, yeah? We don't go back for the past, darling dears. I told you, reference material only. Return to sender. What they wish for you, darling dears, it's not happening. They wanted you to fail. They possibly even wanted you brown bread, whatever it is. This person or people were always jealous of you. Well, tower moment for them. Jealous of you. And you might think, well, I never had nothing. It's your winning personality. I told you, kindness and attention, good advice is a rare commodity on this Malkuth. Somebody who cheers for you in the background and is loyal is a rare commodity on this Malkuth. Trust and believe. This is why they're big mad. Now they would love to be calm, darling dear. I told you, we saw that cut from the page. They're coming in with a bull swanky apology. You better allow the Tripitaka arms, yeah? I mean, the T-Rex wear arms with the Tripitaka ways, yeah? These hood-looking alfalfas that are there to be, they dare to share the same womb as you, but in some cases, the womb that you shared with them was skullduggerous, right? It was skullduggerous from the gate. You was a victim of hate from the gate, darling dears. But it was all a divine plan. You signed up for that shit when you came back, darling dear. This is why I keep telling you, you are volunteers. I'm a volunteer. We chose to come back. We was free. We chose to come back and said, you know what, God? I think I'll go back. Why? God saying, but why, my child? You said it's the age of Aquarius. I want to be there when everything's being uplifted. We didn't know that we was in the UK, we was going to get the Night King. No. What's his name? Sunak? Yeah, trying to freeze us out. We didn't know that we was going to have Putin with his finger on the button. We didn't know these things, right? We didn't know we'd be in a position where we were looking for an oil refinery so that we can refine our own oil, right? Because we didn't know these things. God said, go back if you insist. And we went back. We came here. But we came here with no memory of whom we are. But yet, everything we spoke on, darling dears, manifested. Don't fight with this person. And don't allow them back, darling dear. Remember, Lord 10 of the 48 laws of power. Avoid the unlucky and the unhappy. Are we going to leave it there? How are we going to finish out the read, darling dears? We have Kippa. We have the wisdom of the oracle. We also have this one, right? I think it's the chakra oracle, right? What else have we got? I'm going to get 4. I'm going to get a big one as well, all in a minute. And we also have the African goddess. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Which one would you like me to finish the read with? Oh, Kimor was off. You listen, you know, leave Kippa alone. Kimor, you love Kippa so. You love it so, and he was the first one. We're going to finish out with Kippa, darling dears. I want to see what's on the base of this. Naked, darling dear. But you're being covered by your ancestral team. The energy of the 3 is the energy of the height of the Empress, darling dears. This is about you knowing your worth and adding tax. You're about to be gifted with abundance, and abundance comes in many, many forms, darling dears. Many forms. Divine is going to dry your tears, darling dears. For every, you think that when you cried, darling dears, when you was in this state, despair, drudgery, crying, this is a 5, right? You had to trust the process, which you did. Every one of your tears was counted by your ancestral team. I told you it's male ancestors, 2 in particular, because of the cards that are at your back. Your tears were counted, darling dears. This is why you had to what? Release yourself from all of those contracts. It wasn't working, darling dears. And it was meant, all these things happened to you in the past was sent to wake you up from to whom you truly are. Do you understand now? Did you get the message? This is God's authoritative thumbs, darling dears. Somebody's also about to get some kind of message, an important message of change in the next 24 hours. Because it's all about the journey, darling dears, not the destination. Maybe the message will be about a journey, but this is my God card. There's 2 in the Kipper deck for me, darling dears. This is you understanding that you was always being covered, but you had to understand, know your worth, add tax, and then stand within your own power. And for many of us, we had to learn to walk alone. Better to be alone than in the company of fools. Make it even worse than that. Jealous fools. Dangerous grounds, darling dears. Father God approves. What else does Father God want you to know at this moment in time before we get off to get great? What is it about the community? I saw a card spin over then. Did you see the card spin over, or am I seeing doubles? You've been watched, Black? And it's on the 14th. I told you your ancestral team ain't ramping, blood. And if it's especially male, you know males can be vindictive, innit? If it's male ancestors, they're making sure that the Sputnik, right, are seeing all what they don't want to see as they continue to launch them hillbilly investigations, darling, just from their mud huts. Yeah, their hearts going boom, diddy, boom. Because your path has got an 8, darling dears. 8, the number of money. What did I say? Blessing upon blessing upon blessing. 11 is a highly spiritual number, darling dears. Divine wants you to continue to be inspired. And again, I'm going to go back to what? The waxing crescent moon in Capricorn. Work on your long-term plans for your goals, darling dears. Work on them. And if you are what? A goat or a pig and possibly even a rat, because it's a friend to the water rabbit, 2023 is going to be your year, your breakout year. Whatever you planned, whatever you've been working on, darling dears, it's about to what? Blow up, darling dear, in a good way. And if you're a rooster, you're fucked, basically. Well, I didn't mean to say it like that, but it is. Listen, I've been doing a lot of reading today. I'm so glad I'm not a rooster, right? But then again, you know what I mean? Every one of the zodiac signs in Chinese astrology has its day. 161 in the chat. And only 99 thumbs up. Stop being a meanie. Stop it. Hit the thumbs up button, darling. Just get me in the algorithm so that I can get in some other big cat's cranium. They need to know how great they are. They need to know that abundance is on its way. On that note, I drops me mic. We're already at the 69. Whoa, that puts so many dark images in my mind. I'm going to think about something else, right? I'm going to put my mind on the Lord. My Savior. Yeah. Anyhow. Don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Big cat waves. Until we meet again on these tarot streets. Cat, cat. Cat, cat.